announcements make up for the shortfall with the Chinese market for Nvidia?
That's really the best way to think about it is that China is a very large market. It's a very important market. The developer in the industry is really vibrant. It's dynamic. The vast majority of the world's open source AI is developed in China. Q1 is developed in China, Kimi, DeepSeek, so on and so forth. There's so many amazing AI research in China, and they do amazing work, and they do it in an open source way. And so the China market is just simply unique. It's important. It's an important and large market for all of the reasons that I mentioned. And so there is no replacing it.
But is it justified that you're being locked out of the market because of the U.S.-China relations?
I hope that we will be able to go back to China. And I'll keep explaining the reasons why it's important for American companies to be able to participate in the China market, and I'll keep being optimistic that China would want American companies to be in the China market, because China wants to be a region, a market where people invest and where people can build businesses, and they love companies coming into the China market. They want it to be an open market. And so I'll continue to be optimistic about these things, and hopefully things get worked out.
Is Nvidia suffering because you've not got access to the Chinese market? Is Nvidia suffering because you've not got access to the Chinese market?
If the definition of suffering is that we're not in the Chinese market, obviously, whether we suffer or not, the way to think about the China market is it's a singular, vital, important, dynamic market, and nobody can replace it. And it's in the best interest of America to serve that China market. It's the best interest of China to have the American technology company bring technology to the China market. It's in the best interest of both countries. And I hope that policymakers will ultimately come to that conclusion.
Will you consider working with Korean companies to manufacture your latest GPUs, and under what circumstances? And are you planning to visit Taiwan for TSMC Sports Day?
The sports day?
Yeah.
When's the sports day?
Next week.
Really?
So you don't know?
Really? It's next week? Okay. Well, let's see where I'm going to be next week. However, there are a lot of considerations when choosing a foundry for manufacturing our chips. Most of the considerations are related to whether the foundry's technology and the technology we need are perfectly in line. And it's not good or bad. It's just simply a decision. The chips that we make are very different than mobile devices, very different than PCs, and so it just depends on where the opportunities are, where the foundries decide to focus their process technology. And then second, a lot of it has to do with timing. You know, the process technology is advancing, our chips are advancing. Sometimes the roadmaps just don't line up. It takes a lot of good fortune, good timing, and good alignment. There's a lot of factors involved.
Justin, one more question over here.
Yeah. Can I take one from over here? I'll be right back. Yeah.
U.S. and Korea has made trade deal, but uncertainties remain for semiconductors. Semiconductor tariffs that could affect Nvidia's business. And could you share your hopes or views on the recent trade deals between two countries?
Which two countries?
U.S. and South Korea has made trade deals, but there's remaining uncertainty about semiconductor tariffs that could affect Nvidia's business.
You know, I'm not in politics or geopolitics, and we lead companies. The most important thing for companies is stability, whatever the conditions are. As you know, long before Nvidia was founded, Earth had gravity, and we made it work for us. And every country has taxes. We make it work for us. And the cost of living is different in every single country. country, and we make it work for us. I think that whatever the tariffs are, so long as it's going to work for some time, we'll make it work. And I'm very confident that the Korean companies are going to be quite agile, and we'll find a way to thrive again in the, whatever decisions are made about tariffs, we'll continue to thrive.
There was any AI GPU business cooperation with LG Korea, and you met Chairman Lee Jae-yong and Chairman